Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. We'll be discussing various cancers, and today's topic is going to be on stomach cancer. I'm Dr. Vinay Samuel Gaikwad. I'm the Associate Director and Head of Surgical Oncology at Paris Hospitals in Gurgaon. Uh, the topic we want to discuss, which is for everybody, it's not for cancer patients, it's not for a person who is suffering from cancer, it's not just for a person who has somebody they know who has a cancer, but something that we all must know. That is the topic for today. So let's get right to it. Let's talk about the stomach. What is the stomach? So the stomach is the organ in our body in which the food goes after it's chewed, after we swallow, after it goes into the food pipe and finally gets into the stomach where it's stored, and then where the it kind of partially digests before it moves on to the intestine. So once we're clear about what the stomach is, there are various types of cancers, and for the stomach cancers, that is, and what we're going to discuss today is mainly adenocarcinoma, which is the most common type of stomach cancer. But we're not going to be talking about the gory details, but something that we need to know as a person who is healthy. So, but how do we know if we are at risk of this cancer? First of all, if you're a male like me, we're going to be at increased risk as compared to females. The older you are, the higher risk you have. Certain ethnicities, and in India, in our country, it's more common in the northeast. Uh, we'll discuss as to why that might be. H. pylori infection. So now it's something that we really need to know about. It's a common infection in our stomach. A bacteria called H. pylori can cause stomach cancer if it's not treated in time. If you have a history of lymphoma, that's also important, like a multiple lymphoma. Now, something we can modify is our diet. So, things like smoked food, anything, especially meats, salted fish, pickled vegetables. Now, some of us who like spicy food and pickles, that's something that's not good news for developing stomach cancer. Fruits and vegetables, on the whole, are healthy and have shown to decrease one's risk of developing stomach cancer. Now, there's a huge variety, a huge list of reasons one might be at high risk for stomach cancer, like smoking or any tobacco use, being overweight or obese, having a previous stomach cancer surgery, even a blood type A, having a family history of stomach cancer. So there's so many things, being in a certain profession like in the coal, metal or rubber industries. All of these can contribute. So there's a list here that you can see that can be looked at. Now the big question, can stomach cancer be prevented completely? And the simple answer to that is there's no sure way to prevent it completely, but we can lower our risk. How can we lower our risk? Is to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Stay fit, getting regular physical activity, a good intake of fruits and vegetables, especially citrus fruits. Try to decrease or avoid, smoked meats, processed meats, pickles. Avoid or limit alcohol intake. Avoid smoking. Treat H. pylori infection. If there's one thing that we can get from this session we're having here, is to not ignore symptoms of acidity and so on, and get H. pylori treated as soon as possible. We get to that in a minute. Genetic counseling is something we can all do. If we have a family history of cancers, especially stomach cancer, we can get our gene mapping done or genetic analysis done if we need to do that. So that's something that can be explored. Screening. Now, screening is something we can do to individuals who have no signs or symptoms of cancer, and in this case, stomach cancer. So screening obviously cannot be done for everybody, and because screening for stomach cancer usually involves an endoscopy, which is the tube inserted through the mouth into the stomach to actually directly visualize the inner lining of the stomach to see if there's anything going on. But if there's someone in your family who has a history of stomach cancer especially, and you have, your ages have reached somewhere around, past 40 or maybe past 50, it might be a good idea to screen yourself. People in high incidence areas, and if your genetic counseling has shown that you have a risk of developing stomach cancer, that's something that's worth exploring and thinking about in conjunction with your oncologist or gastroenterologist. Now, let's say that we have we have not been fortunate enough to be screened or be having low risk factors. What are the signs and symptoms that we might have that might point to stomach cancer? Now, these are the symptoms that might point to it, but does not confirm that it is stomach cancer. So, having a poor appetite, having unexplained weight loss, having pain in the upper abdomen, especially abdominal fullness, and so on, having black colored stools, and anemia, which means a low hemoglobin or a low blood count. So, why is stomach cancer so dangerous? That is what we want to understand today. The first reason is that the symptoms of stomach cancer can mimic or seem like common conditions like heartburn, acidity, and gastritis. So we might think it's nothing significant and we write it off as a mild condition. We take in some symptomatic treatment, we feel better. But these signs could be vague and misleading. So we might have to take this more seriously than we normally do. The second reason that it is very dangerous more than many other cancers is that it is usually detected at a very late stage, and by the time we detect it, it might not be curable, and also it can be difficult to treat. So the chances of curing this disease can go down. Even if we detect it, it is an aggressive disease. That means it tends to spread fast. It can move from the stomach to the lymph nodes and the other parts of the body, and therefore does not give us much time, and we cannot delay treatment. That makes it very dangerous. In addition to that, the treatment of this cancer can be quite complex, involving surgery, sometimes chemotherapy, targeted therapies, radiation therapy, and even a immunotherapy, and sometimes a combination of all of these can be also a treatment option, such as HIPEC or PIPEC. So we're not going to go into the details of all the treatment, but yes, like, we have to understand that prevention is better than cure. So it's important for us to understand when we might need to investigate or check ourselves up. So to conclude, the final tips that I can give you is, so let's not be alarmed falsely. Every small symptom you have, be it weight loss or abdominal pain, does not at all mean that you have stomach cancer. But yes, it's something which, if there are persistent symptoms, we must take seriously and seek appropriate guidance. Go to a qualified person for a very good opinion, to make sure if to make to decide whether you have to take it forward, or it's something not so serious. So maybe testing should be required, maybe an ultrasound, maybe an upper endoscopy. And obviously nothing can beat maintaining a healthy lifestyle, and even more importantly, to maintain a positive mindset, because what you think and the stresses you take, the negative thoughts that we harbor, are more detrimental to us than anything else. So let's be positive, and let's be aware of what stomach cancer is and how we can decrease our risk of getting this cancer, and how we can detect it early, if at all, heaven forbid, it does creep in on us. So thank you for your attention. For more such videos, please subscribe to this channel and like it, so that we can keep building awareness in the community. Thanks for watching.